Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Make sure you smash that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So today we got this new report that Donald Trump is back and he is out for vengeance on the GOP establishment, which wronged him so many times through the start of his 2016 campaign, all the way up until after his presidency, trying to impeach him, kicking him while he was down, impeaching him on his way out the door. Donald Trump finally is standing up to Mitch McConnell, and he is planning a massive revenge tour to challenge establishment Republicans ahead of a potential 2024 run, reports Politico. This was from the National File. So we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about what's Trump's strategy. He is back. What's going to happen next? We're going to talk about it all. But first, I have to tell you guys about my friends over at My Patriot Supply. Will you be prepared for the next financial crisis? Because our economy is already fragile because of the lockdown, so it's not going to take much to start an avalanche in the stock market, a run on banks, the freezing of credit cards, and just a general collapse of the financial system. One of the first things you'll see are food shortages, and that's why you need to be prepared ahead of time. Ask yourself, could you go weeks or months without being able to buy food? Because you can't, not unless you stockpile emergency food from My Patriot Supply, America's leader in survival food that stays fresh for up to 25 years in proper storage. And I personally have arranged for you to save $70 off their popular 4-week food kit that gives you 2,000 plus calories a day. So go to preparewithredeagle.com and get the emergency food you need before the next emergency. Your 4-week kit will arrive discreetly at your door in just a few days. Don't wait. Now is the time to prepare for the unexpected. Visit preparewithredeagle.com. That is preparewithredeagle.com. So Donald Trump is back and he is planning this epic revenge tour in 2022 if he can get it done right, because he does have the most pull within the Republican Party. It is going to be beautiful. Mark my words. So we've seen this. And Donald Trump has been, slowly re-emerging himself into the public sphere. I believe he made a website for the office of the presidency. There's rumors that he's starting an alt-tech platform of his own, which would be very interesting to see if he actually does decide to do it. But also, keep this in mind in regard to this report out of RSBN. Donald Trump is also going to speak at CPAC, and a lot of people are saying his speech at CPAC is going to be consequential. It is going to determine the future of the Republican Party, and he's going to lay out his vision for the Republican Party. So whenever CPAC happens, Donald Trump will be speaking there, and it's going to be a very interesting speech to see exactly what he has to say. Now, this is a very good thing, regardless of what you think about the whole CPAC event, because a lot of their speakers are going to be weak and milquetoast. But Donald Trump speaking there, that is going to take the cake. That is going to steal the show as usual. And it's going to be interesting because you're going to see this battle between the Trumpites and the so-called people, the establishmentarian conservatives. Even if they try to throw a rhetorical bone to Trump's base every once in a while and try to tie themselves to him, it's all a facade. We see this with people like Dan Crenshaw, and we see it with people like Nikki Haley. And we saw that Donald Trump curved Nikki Haley last week on Wednesday when she requested a sit down at Mar-a-Lago. He turned her down. He said no. That is symbolic because that shows that he is not answering to the establishment. He is not answering to Nikki Haley. He is not answering to Mitch McConnell. Probably he's not going to answer to Kevin McCarthy. And it's a very good thing that he's deciding to do this. He's deciding to go through with the America First Republican primary challengers, people that are going to support his agenda of putting America first abroad, in terms of putting American workers first, in terms of doing things like restricting immigration and trade protectionism and economic populism. That's what Donald Trump focused on. He changed the Republican Party for the better. He made it, in my view, a more moral party in terms of the policies that they're supporting, not just this blind shilling for the elite, the establishment, the big business. And even though Donald Trump caved in at times to it during his presidency, now he realizes that he doesn't have to be owned by anybody anymore. He doesn't have to listen to what Mike Pence has to say. He doesn't have to listen to what Paul Ryan or Mitch McConnell has to say. He's his own man. He understands that these people want him gone. They want Trumpism gone. Mitch McConnell wants Trumpism gone. He doesn't want Trump to have any influence in the party. That's why even though he may have voted to acquit the president, he still is pursuing potential criminal investigations into Donald Trump, which is absolutely disturbing on my part for anybody who still would trust the establishment figures within the Republican Party, because they're not on our side. They're not on our side at all. And Donald Trump knows this. And not only is he planning the revenge tour in many states, you look at the governorships, you look at Senate candidates nationwide, you also look at many House seats where you have many Republicans like Adam Kinzinger and many others like Liz Cheney that decided to sit there and either impeach the president or just turn their backs on him completely. That is not what the Republican voter base wants. The Republican voter base wants Trump. And it shows. They vastly want Trump to run again in 2024. I put this poll out on my community tab, and 70% of respondents said that Donald Trump should run again for president in 2024. He has unfinished business. Only 30% said to pass the torch to someone else, and a lot of those people specifically prefer Ron DeSantis to Trump, and they would still eagerly back Trump in a general election, which is good. If Donald Trump doesn't decide to run, I would be supporting Ron DeSantis. As I said in my last video, this guy is a man of action. He actually will take the steps necessary to pursue positive change for this country. And looking at the results, 14,000 votes, and it's very telling that 70%, even the fact that Donald Trump lost an election, he's getting blamed for all of this, and there's obviously going to be some left-wingers that will find the poll and vote on the poll and raid the poll. Donald Trump still has the voice of the party, and many of those 30% still would eagerly support him in a primary. If he does decide to run, they're just saying maybe DeSantis would be better because of age. But either way, 80 to 85% of this party is Donald Trump's party, and it will remain Donald Trump's party. And a more authentic form of Trumpism that we saw, in 2016, that's going to be back, and that's what grew the movement. There's a lot of people who are, Trump curious, that never really got around to supporting him, that will, in my opinion, if Donald Trump does decide to pursue his original agenda and find candidates that actually answer to the will of the people, that want to drain the swamp, that want to put the American people and the American worker first above special interests and foreign nationals and foreign countries. Absolutely, because that's the anger that was building up under, the Bush administration and the Obama administration as well, because politicians for the past 30, 40, 50 years or so have not been putting the interests of the nation first. They've been putting their own personal interests first. They've been putting the interests of the corporations first, their special interests. And Donald Trump had a few special interests here and there, that is true. And I don't like that. And I think Donald Trump knows that. And they held back his presidency. And now is the time for him to sit there and reflect on what exactly happened over the past 4 years, the good that happened and the shortcomings. And he realizes what's the shortcoming. It's not himself. It's the Republican establishment. Donald Trump went in there. He didn't really know how to navigate Washington. He's an outsider. He's never been there before. And it took a lot of trial and error. And eventually some of his advisors ended up weakening his presidency and holding it back. And now Donald Trump can go on offense. This is a guy who can sit there and actually plan on vetting primary candidates who will fulfill his promise to repeal and replace the GOP establishment with America first, because there's a lot of anger that's going on in the right. They're angry about the election. They're angry about the fact that the establishment Republicans are not exactly answering to the people. They're answering to their special interests. They're caving in to the left at every single turn, in the establishment in every single turn. And what do we have right now? We also have Donald Trump. This guy is an outsider now. He is a private citizen once again. but he still has the pull within the party, within the base, within the voter base that he had when he was in the White House. So this guy is going to be the kingmaker. No matter what anybody says, he is the guy who is going to be able to go out there and shape the party in his image and in the image of the way that the voters who backed him originally in 2016 and 2020 want him to build it in. Because I've talked about this before, why Trumpism is the future. I've done several videos about it a couple of weeks ago. You guys can go back and watch those videos. I don't want to keep repeating the same talking points over and over again that I've been making. But Trumpism expanded the map, I will say that. And the reason why the Rust Belt is even close, the reason why you have Florida and Ohio and Iowa as states that are Republican, is because of Trump. It's because of Trumpism. If the GOP was to go down this, social, moderate, economic, fiscal conservatism way of Charlie Baker and Mitt Romney, they wouldn't go anywhere. That cannot win a general election. It can't. Donald Trump, on the other hand, brought something new to the table. He encapsulated the Tea Party energy with economic populism. And as a result, what exactly happened? He won big against two political dynasties in 2016, and then 2020 happened, and that doesn't mean he's going to go away. He could easily pull a Grover Cleveland in 2024, come back bigger than ever, and win. But first, in 2022, it's a very important midterm, and this will lay the groundwork for the 2024 election. And as a result, President Trump is actually doing what I've wanted him to do for a very long time, and vet primary candidates at Mar-a-Lago to run in 2022, realizing that his endorsement game in the past hasn't been too shabby, but he's working on fixing it. This is big-time stuff from the former president, and I really hope it goes well. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like this video down below, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media, become a member, donate to the Patreon, or subscribe. Star links in description. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Red Eagle, out.